Okay, so Octopath Traveler 2 came out in 2023. It was like the year of 10 billion dang RPGs. But I definitely wanted it. It was on my radar, and thanks for James for getting it for me, man. So we went through and we blasted this damn game. Geez, what was this? Like 60 or 70 hours? It was a beast, little bastard. Well, the first thing you'll notice is how good it looks. It has these kind of like what is it, 2.5D is what they're calling it these days. It's like almost a damn graphics genre these days that the first Octopath Traveler really made popular. But you have the little 2D characters which are purposely kept like in the middle of the thing, and so then they'll have like they're moving in a 3D space, and there's a lot of dynamic like blur and stuff like that, and depth of field and focus. It's like left to like the extreme, and so but it's aesthetically extremely appealing, and I'm sure that even like on the like Switch, this probably looks incredible. But I played it on in 4K, 100 big gazillion frames. Look, it freaking looks really damn good, and it sounds really good. And so we're starting off with just an amazing presentation. Now there's a major, I think, flaw, and so we're going to get that sucker out of the way right now. The story is hideous. It is boring. It is awful. You have 8 characters, of which some of them are kind of interesting, and then some of them are like, really, dancing girl, this is all you've got going on? This is boring as hell. And like, what am I doing is for my missions? It's like, oh well, take this thing to that thing, and take this person to that person, and it's like it's awful. And so I just after something like that I like Throne, and to just have like half of them be like that, just boring as fuck. I just ended up skipping. I did do everybody's story thing, and then fought the super boss at the end, so I did all of that, but I just quit paying attention to the actual story because it's just bad. But everything else is pretty dang good. Now, I've heard people say that you don't grind at all at this game, and what? I grinded a whole lot. For one thing, if you got a level that's like you go to an area and it's like, well, they'll have a clear area indications that, you know, this is might be above where you're going, but I'm like, you know what, it's only 10 levels above where I'm going. What if I just grind a little bit? And so I ended up using Throne, Timos, and Oswald, because like at night there's like a pretty good combination of stuff that they get just for being those characters that gives them like extra XP and like ability to attack first. And so I just stayed at night, and we just fought with those dudes, and they became my core team. And then we would just have one of them other dinglings just kind of come along for fun, and then I would level them up with it too. There's a lot of grinding here, and I ended up using, I forgot his name, there's some little guy you could, have join your little team, and then he gets like he can just get like an experience time 100% or whatever, 100 times actually, not 100%. And I spammed the shit out of it to get my guys up to where I could do, so I could do the super duper final boss. The problem with all of the levels being scattered around, like these sort of little level requirements, and the characters being splatting around, and some of these characters are boring, you don't want to use, you end up with a damn, well, at least I did. I ended up with a team that's like freaking strong as shit toward the end. And they just would just melt damn content down. And so I would be challenging the first. It's like we just busted through. And now it's, I don't know if there's like some sort of level based like grindy thing that's keeping you from really grinding up. But it feels like if you ran into enemies that are just a little bit stronger than you, unless you had some ridiculous gear, they would wipe your ass. So it's one of those things. It's like you kind of need to, you almost feel like inclined to grind to match them somehow. And I knew some things that I knew now. There's clearly like, if you went to and did a brand new playthrough, like some areas to hit that would get you some good shit. Really, really like, oh god, dog, what's this? I can't remember it, but there's like a city on an island that once you get the boat, you can just go and just probably, if you could get through that, you'd be OP as shit if you can actually get to it. But had a decent amount of fun with this. It's not a game of the year material, especially in 2023. The biggest problems I had outside of the story was just, it felt, because you kind of just pick your own characters and do your own little side stories. It feels disjointed. There's a lot of disjointment to it, and I really didn't feel like they were, other than the characters that I personally like, I didn't like too much. Cassidy was pretty cool, but I really felt for Throne, and then Tim, they're freaking awesome. And Oswald is fucking a badass with the damn elemental punch shit. And but so anyway, we're getting a little long-winded here. Do I recommend this? It's damn sure not no new Final Fantasy VI kind of thing. That's what it looks like, but that's not actually what it is. There's a lot of going around, and it's a beast little game, but there's a lot of wondering about kind of testing your limits against the enemies, and then a lot of shit you need to come back and get later on. Another thing that kind of drove me nuts was each character has their own special ability. So what you ended up doing is, I haven't even talked to people in town, is like you go right up, you rob them, then you freaking ask them questions, and it's like almost, it feels almost mechanical as you kind of just extort and abuse freaking other characters. But there's so many of them, and you got to do it so long. It's just you just do it. It's like everybody needs to be robbed. Everybody needs to be interrogated. Everybody needs to be freaking whatever the hell Dance Girl does to them. And, and it just it gets very samey to do that over and over again. But overall, I do recommend it. I do not recommend this at full price. And so Big Kitty's gonna put the paw up for the amazing graphics. The challenge was okay-ish. It was disjointed. The sound's incredible, and then Brian is a little tepid, so we're not putting the paw up there. But it's a pretty good game. Now I think it's kind of overhyped. I think it has an overwhelming positive on Steam. And I say Jason Schreier thought it was like the game of the year or something. Like, no, not. But it was pretty good.